Amber, I think the government's going to shut down.
What?
Just hit the music. Boom! What is up, Mind Buzz Universe? Welcome back to another podcast episode.
Time.
Why is it so funny?
Especially after the cult video that I seen today that they call themselves Twin Flame Universe.
If you can minimize that to 30 seconds to tell the viewers and the listeners about that, go for it.
No, I can't.
Under
you know
30
me.
seconds.
You know me. I needed to say details. It's a cult that started Twin Flames. People were looking for their love, and these people exploited them. And they're called Twin Flame Universe.
Welcome to our cult, ladies and gentlemen.
That's what it feels like.
Welcome back to another exciting episode. It's going to be really fun. But before we get into our guest tonight, we are going to go ahead and it's going to be Amber with the My Grito Weekly.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right. So this Friday, My Grito will release the new single by the Paranoias called Scanidero. What does that mean?
I don't know. I'll look it up for you.
Thanks. Heartless Sweetwater will be performing this weekend in Arizona, Saturday in Tucson, and the Hotel Congress and Phoenix on Sunday at the Rhythm Room. Remember when I used to say Tucson?
Tucson, Arizona.
It's because I was saying it in Spanish. In Spanish, it's Tucson, and in English, I thought I was doing something. Okay. Lastly, My Grito was interviewed by Eddie from Social Primate. We had Eddie on the podcast a few weeks ago, and he interviewed Oscar and Rob from My Grito. Go check that out. And that's it.
And I believe it dropped today, so I'll probably hit the link. I'll put the link down in the show description for that My Grito interview with Eddie on his podcast.
Yeah.
So, is that it? Do we have anything going on?
We don't.
No?
Not yet.
Just that, right?
We have some things brewing for hopefully next month, right?
We do
December?
we have a few things brewing, and then also just email us or send us a DM if you want to see something. We do have the open mic. We're thinking of doing an open mic in December.
Yeah.
Usually we just have the October one just to close it out. And then also I'm on the prowl for new venues. I want to do these open mics at different locations. Usually we're in the city of Paramount once a month on the last Thursday. I'm looking for different venues. So if you think that an open mic should be in your city or your community, reach out and I'll make it happen.
All
right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Thanks, Amber, for the My Grito Weekly. And without further ado, our guest for this evening is Flyboy Ink from Foo News Network. What's up, man?
What's cracking, homie?
What's going on, dude?
Let me get in on this because I see the way you do, and you're like so professional. Like this. So I'm gonna follow suit.
Thanks for coming out and doing the podcast. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, brother.
You
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Yeah, we've been talking about this for a few weeks, and I'm glad that we can finally nail something down.
I rescheduled on you, right?
Yeah.
I see. I have like super short-term memory. Like I thought this was like my first. I don't know. My bad. I'm pretty sure I had good reason.
No, yeah.
You know, I
it was good reason for
well,
sure. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So at least here we are. So
Yeah.
We're good, dude. So, you're a tattoo artist. You have this Foo News Network page. Like, it's hitting off. It's crazy.
Crazy, bro.
At first, I came across your page. Chicano Hollywood. Johnny Murillo was filming in Amber's family's coffee shop at Horchateria in the city of Paramount.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I seen it, and I seen you there. We were on set because they were doing an overnight shoot.
Yeah.
And both of us were there. And that's where I seen you. I seen you in in person,
Doing my thing.
doing your thing, and I was like, what is this? What is this guy doing right now?
You know what's crazy? I don't know if you guys still have it, but I designed the little coffee bar in the chalkboard for the whatever shoot they did.
Oh yeah, I seen the sign,
You
but
seen it?
they kept it. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were gonna keep it, but
That
if you
would be
want, I'll
cool.
do you one.
Yeah,
Shoot,
that'd be cool.
I'll do you one for your family. I'm not tripping.
that's cool.
As long as I can put a little Foo News right there on the corner. No, I'm kidding.
No, of course, that'd be
Yeah.
really cool.
But I seen that, and I was like, what is this? What's going on? And then I was going through Chicano Hollywood's page, their stories, and then your thing popped up, and I clicked on it right away, and I was just fascinated about what you do on your page.
Imagine how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would have never thought I would even be just even in the shadows, because basically Johnny gives me not free, but he gives me full access, like free range is what I was trying to say. And he said, because I like to ask permission. I'm like, hey, Johnny, because I've gotten in trouble before where somebody gives me access and then like I take full access because that's just my demeanor, bro. Like, you give me an inch, I'm gonna take the whole foot. You know what I'm saying? And but not in a way to where, but I guess it is in a way, because sometimes maybe a little bit too out there. So I've learned to ask permission now, like, and I've learned that with Chicano Hollywood with Johnny, and he said, look, you're here, do your thing, and just if we get in your way, I was like, fool, you're filming, not me. Like, let me stay out your way. But yeah, he gives me free range, and I love that about him. He continues to invite me over and over and over, and I just keep putting out reels for him and whatever I can do to help elevate this movement he's got going on. Hey, Foo News approves on that one, homie.
You got the stamp of approval on that
By Johnny
right?
himself. So,
Yeah.
dude, they don't get no better than that.
Yeah. So tell me, how did you get into this?
In the Foo News, or
Yeah.
How would you summarize it? So for some of our listeners that maybe don't know who you are just yet, how would you summarize what you do?
Well, first of all, I'm the Foo News reporter, right? Like, I try not to leave anywhere without my mic. But what it is like, in a nutshell, I used to watch this show on PBS when I was incarcerated that used to come on during lunchtime every day, Monday through Friday. It's a 30-minute episode called California's Gold with Hugh Hauser, right? And this old Tennessee man, which moved to California like in the 70s or something, and he just fell in love with the geographical and the historical and the cultural, and he just fell in love with all of it, from Redding down to San Diego Bay, bro, and everywhere in between, right? From the Sierras to the oceans, and just, so I used to watch this fool for like 10 years, bro, because that was my last term, was a 10-year term, and there you go. And he just, so he would always just go talk to the locals, and he'd do little insights on what was going on, and he would always start the show the same way, like, hey everybody, I'm Hugh Hauser with Foo News Network, with California's Gold, right? And then he'd go into his little show, and I just copy him, but I just say it my own way, like, what's cracking, fool? Flyboy Ink here, homie, with Foo News Network. And then I take off and I spin it, and I've gotten to the point where I've gotten pretty good at it. So, I like to call myself one take Jake, you know what I'm saying? Because I could pretty much get any, like, in one shot. And I love that, because it's taking me I just started this in July. And, we're just November.
This year?
This year?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
No effing way. Are you serious?
July.
Whoa.
Yeah. I had an epiphany.
Dang.
So do you remember that moment?
Yeah, I was
Your
with my
epiphany?
son.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is that I have been planning it, because I'm divorced now, but when I came up with the concept or the idea, it was around last year when, like, remember, it was raining for like 4 months straight. Didn't want to stop. Everybody was sick with that lung virus or whatever,
Right.
and everybody was coughing. And, like, I'm a cancer survivor, so when I get sick for like a month, maybe 2 months, right? Like, I just can't shake it, and, like, I lose weight. I just feel like shit. And so it was in that time that I had a lot of free time at my house, and I live alone, like I said, in a divorce. So I just started. I said, you know what? I had already made the decision that I was gonna become famous, right? I didn't know how or what, but I said I made a decision. So I got my little notebook out and I said, how would I become famous? And I said, okay, well, I love the news. So fuck it, let's do Foo News. That was an easy title, right? And then I just jacked Fox News for their logo and fucking made it my own. And I just remember like the idea was already sitting with me for like a couple of months. I just didn't know how to like put it out there.
Right.
And so one day I was going to Sacramento with my son. And we were driving and I was like, I remember seeing like all the orchards out there, you know, like the almond orchards or whatever. And I was thinking like Interstellar. And I was like, just let's go do something real quick. Just pull out like, he didn't want to, but just humor me, right? And I did like, I think it was my first Foo News was like a wannabe Interstellar scene where I'm just running through the almond trees and shit, right? But that's the day I created Foo News. Like I told my son, you know what? I'm gonna create something. And he's like, what? I said, Foo News. He's like, what is that? I said, watch. Well, you'll see. Cause I didn't even know how to tell him yet. Like I didn't know how I was gonna do it at the time. Like I said, you know, it was just an idea, and it ain't not today is nothing like what I even thought it would even grow into. But yeah, I mean, I as a matter of fact, I was driving and I told my homeboy Pocos Pero Locos and I shot him the Fox News logo and I go, do me a favor, take the X out and just repeat the O and shoot it back to me. Trappo had it done like a minute and he sent it back, boom, and that's the logo you see today. Shout out Pocos Pero Locos on Instagram.
That is wild, dude.
And ever since then, like I remember that day I was on the freeway, I was going to Sacramento, going up the 5, and I was like in Merced or something, and I just posted it, and I just posted the logo on my page I created the page while I was on the freeway, and the logo I created everything on the freeway while I was driving.
Most things happen like that. Most good ideas
And
happen
my son,
in traffic.
I even I was just like I'm hitting the little dividers and shit.
Take the wheel, kid.
So my son's like, you want me to drive, fool? And I was like, yeah. I'm like, I'm all over the place as it is. So we pulled over. He took the wheel, and I created everything. I made the email. I made the Instagram.
Right there in
right
that
then and
trip.
there. Yeah, and I just put the logo because he had just sent it to me. Like, so I did everything right then and there within like 15 minutes. And then I put the first post and I go, coming soon, Foo News Network. And everybody, I put it on my page, like on both pages. I collabed it.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, the fuck is this? Flyboy, like, what is it? And I was like, I didn't know what to say, but I just knew that I'm the type of person that when I usually say it before I even have an idea how I'm going to do it. That way, I've already put it out there that people call me out on my shit, that if you say it, you better do it. Or not, they're going to be like 6 months later, like, fool, what happened to that thing you said you were going to do 6 months ago? And then I feel stupid. And then, like, anyway, that's how I do it. So I say it, then I do it, and then this one just happened to catch, bro. I've had a lot of them. They just none of them caught. Like, I have a brand, I have this, I have that, I have gimmicks, I have everything. It's just nothing had caught. And I just kept thinking, like, how am I going to, like, what do I got to do to make something catch? And for some reason this shit caught, and here we are.
So 2 things there. First one that I do want to talk about is how many other ideas do I
have?
How long of a time?
A lot. How much time you got right now?
It is. So what
a lot of time.
So what I'm saying is sometimes when you first start something and it doesn't go anywhere, like how many times did you keep trying until this caught on?
I measure every single one of those a success,
right?
And you know, like, because everything that I do, like I said, I didn't just jump in and be like, hey, like, look at me, I'm doing an art show. Like, no, I planned, I went, I promoted, I did what I had to do to make it work. My homies seen the effort that I was doing. So, like, they put in, and then next thing I had a venue. No longer just art show that I was gonna show. Like, I had the venue, I had the bartender, I had, you know, the Delphonics. Like, I had all these things. I had my brand, American Stepchild. Like, I had everything. It was just all my art, and it was a success. You know, it was raining, but it was still a success. You know, and then like that was a success. And then the next one was like, you know, just conquering the internet. Mm-hmm. And I feel that I'm successful in that, you know? And it took me to become serious to finally realize, like, that you can't just post just to post. You might get lucky if you just catch, you know, lightning in a bottle and then it just goes, congratulations. But most of us don't got it like that. That we have to put in the hours, the effort, we have to put in the work, like they say out there in Chicano Hollywood, and I've demonstrated that, and I think that I just needed something to catch, and it's just the work ethic has always been there. They've noticed that since the beginning that I started this. Just that finally this caught, and yeah.
Yeah. So basically, this that got caught is so. What I want to say, and what I want for people to realize is sometimes when you start a project, it may not go as planned. But you've done something and you've figured a way on how not to do something. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, well,
and you kept working at it and kept working at trying new things, trying new avenues.
My biggest hurdle was getting over what I would thought people might think about me, because I'm a tattoo artist. I've been making funny reels, bro, for years, but like I would just put some on my stories and not on my posts, so they'd go away in 24 hours and then they're just gone.
Yeah.
And so that was my mistake, because there was a lot of funny shit that I let go. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter, my brain doesn't stop, so I just kept going, and then when I finally did decide to create something, or I finally just started doing like voiceovers, and then like my family thought, or close friends of mine thought I was having a mental breakdown, because I started posting like just from one day to the next. All of a sudden it was tattoo, or art, to all of a sudden I'm doing a George Perez voiceover, and it was good. Really good. Like I still have it, and it still generates numbers. So that's when I knew, like, like there's something here. And then like I did a George Lopez one, then I did a Cholo Fit Creeper one, and I just did all these people who kind of like I related to. And like I realized then that there was a lot of people who related to me, and or if they didn't directly, I reminded them of their brother or their dad, or like, Dad, you remind me of my dad, like their dead dad or their dead uncle, because there's a lot of fools out there who tragically were raised like me and probably were artistic like me. It's just that they never had the opportunity like me. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And so I think that I tapped into something maybe that I didn't realize in the beginning, but I realized early on, bro, that there's a lot of people, especially women. Like, I'm not going to lie. Mostly women are the ones that open up to stuff like that with me. They'll be like, you remind me of my brother who passed away 10 years ago. And like, bro, it's just crazy. But I think eventually I felt like a sense of responsibility. Kind of like, because, bro, I'll be the first one to, like, I've clowned people on Instagram, bro. I've threw, like, hyenas fighting, I put a funny song, oh hell no, or something like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would make it like a Fools Gone Wild, because for a long time I supported Fools Gone Wild. I was like, since 2018, I was one of the very first supporters. Up until recently, I started following them, not because I hate them, I just feel like, damn, fool, like there's been a disconnect, and I just don't feel like there's been any kind of anything to try to connect this. So I'm like, well, when we're ready, we'll reconnect. Right now, since I'm doing my own shit now, like I dubbed September 28th Boundaries Day for myself. And that day, I realized that I will no longer give anybody that don't give me support any kind of support. I don't care how big you are, how little you are. I'm sorry, but if you don't like, share, repost, or something, then I can't do it for you either. And I can't follow you either. So I unfollow everybody. And then I thought of something. I said, let me see if any of these fools even follow each other. Like, I just had like a little light bulb, right? Because I am Foo News after all. So I had that little investigative.
Yeah, you got to investigate. You got to research. You got to do everything.
So I went on the internet, and I started going to all these different food pages, right? And I noticed that none of these fools follow, not everybody, with the exception of a few. But there's a lot of them, and there's top three. There's a top three in everything.
That's
right?
so weird. I don't get it.
And I talked about it just the other day, and I'm not calling on names because I love everybody. I'm not like, sometimes I'm very passionate about something that I believe in or that I'm going through or whatever, but I have no hate towards anybody. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I even say shit that I don't even mean because I'm human, and,
right.
and I'm not better than anybody to say that I make mistakes. So if I ever offended anybody or said anything to anybody that I offended, Those never my intentions. Even though I did say maybe at the time it isn't now. So if you have a forgiving heart, cool. If not, then get some therapy or something. Maybe this world will be better if we just all learn to forgive, even when somebody can admit to their own mistakes. Right. Yeah. Moving on. But there's a top 3 in this game and everything. There's top 3 podcasters. There's top 3 singers. There's top 3 fools. And I made it a point to fucking be one of the top 3, and I feel I've done that. Nice. And I don't know who. Not saying I'm bigger than or better, or even I might have less followers, but like I said, in my own mind, I'm top 3, homie. And like I said, if you don't believe in yourself, there ain't nobody ever gonna see you top 3.
Yeah.
So I would run any conversation with anybody, anytime about any topic. Whether it be political, artistic, whether it be about the weather, homie, we talk about whatever you want to talk about, because I feel that I've educated myself enough to that I will be able to hold a conversation. So at least I believe in the things that I say is probably my biggest point in this big old long rant. Is that at least I believe in my convictions, and I believe in the things that I say, and I stand by them. And I'm not afraid to admit when I make mistakes. I think that's one thing about me personally. Mm-hmm. And therapy. I'm in therapy.
Nice.
I'm an advocate for therapy. I have friends who are therapists. Like not only just my therapist, my actual therapist, but I have friends who, when my therapist ain't there, my friends are. And bro, that keeps me so grounded. Even when life throws you a brick and it hits you dead on your forehead, homie. You don't know how to process stuff. Like, sometimes you just got to sit back and then just kind of like analyze, or just, count your blessings. And I'm all about counting my blessings, because I know that if I wasn't doing Foo News, like what the hell, where would I be right now? I'd probably just still chasing that dream. And I'm still chasing it, but at least I feel that I got a better grip on it than I did, last summer. So
well, what do you think, kind of touching on the subject of like therapy, like, did you have stereotypes of what you thought therapy was before you actually went? Like, were you ever against it, or was there ever something that you were like, no? Because I mean, I'm speaking in right. I can only speak for myself, but within my family, Latino culture, there's a lot of stigma behind going to therapy. It's like, oh, I'm not crazy. Only crazy people go to therapy. Estás loca. I don't.
That's a very powerful statement in itself. Just está loca.
Yeah, and so did you face any of that before going into therapy with yourself or with your family or anybody?
Well, yeah, obviously being from a Mexican household, we as children always hear, estás loco, estás loca. Mm-hmm. Or anytime you even have a dream, your parents stifle it because they hit you with, estás loco. But ponte a limpiar tu cuarto instead of, dreaming about possibly being a scientist, or, you're going to work with your dad at the tire shop. You don't have time to be a scientist. Estás loco, So, that's something that's a generational thing that has been passed down to our parents from their grandparents, or our and it just keeps going down, and at some point there has to be a point where obviously the cycle ain't gonna break itself, because it's been passed down, and you say it to your kids, I'm sure. So you have to be conscious enough to take the initiative to try to fix yourself, so you don't tell your kids that way. They won't tell their kids that, and we break the cycle like that. And I've learned all that through therapy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm I was a product of the Los Angeles County foster care system at 10 years old. And, I was probably in there 10 months or so, or a year or so. And that just led me to another path. But, in those times, they didn't offer therapy until after the fact that you were released back to your custody of your parent. So, you already messed up. Behavioral issues are already there, whatever. So I did go through therapy as a kid, but I didn't. Like I said, I had already developed behavioral issues, so I had no respect for any kind of authority, which led me down a whole nother road in life. That even to this day, I have a problem with authority. I have viral videos on my page where you could tell that I don't like being told what to do, bro. And it's like, maybe that's why I keep getting in trouble so much. I don't know, but that's something that I'm definitely working on today. Like, I acknowledge my faults, and that's the first thing, is that if you can acknowledge your own faults, bro, then you're already halfway there.
Yeah,
Like,
because you're showing awareness of something that.
see, a lot of
is
people don't
not
have
good.
that.
Yeah.
So, like, I remember when I was married, bro, my ex-wife used to tell me that she wanted to go into therapy. And I just kept saying, yeah, just to end the argument. But I never really had any indication on going whatsoever. And I never did. And look, I'm divorced. But like that's what I'm saying. Like, man has this stigma of being this macho, like it's like some punk shit to go over there and talk to another person, a professional, right?
Yeah.
And like I tell people, bro, like you could have a nice ass body or a nice ass car, a Ferrari, but if you don't take care of that engine, homie, you ain't gonna get far, dog. Like, so it's the same thing. Right away, when people want to work on themselves, the first thing they do is go on a diet, or the first thing they do is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Physical. It's physical,
Superficial, yeah.
superficial, and it's the first thing that makes them feel better. But if they really, really, really wanted to feel better, they'd go fix that engine first, homie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you can have the strength and the motivation and everything that comes with being a better person, releasing trauma, growth, elevate, like they teach in Chicano Hollywood, like all these things. And that's even a form of therapy because you're around people who have done the work. It's not like, it's so hard to be successful, at least I'm seeing in Hollywood, if you haven't done some sort of work. Like, you're not going to go over there and just be like, hey, I'm the diamond in the rough, like 50 Cent said in his song, and like they're just going to make you this super badass actor. No, bro, they're going to look at you and be like, nah, bro, like you could tell, you could see it. Talent only gets you so far. You got to have, everything comes with it, talent, and then, skill or luck. And then you got people,
Yeah.
and then it takes just,
And then
everything.
worth ethic too.
Consistency.
Yes,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying? Bro, if I would have just came over there right now and just be like, hey, I'm Foo News with my fake mic, homie, and I pull up to these Elevate conferences, you think they're gonna let me up on stage just because? No.
Yeah.
But they've done seen Foo News enough now that they know enough about me, and they know that at least I come to, places like this and talk about things like that. And it's like, either you are on this elevated trajectory, or you're just stale, and like you're just stalemate, homie, right here. And I refuse, dog. I've been right here all my life, homie. Like, I don't like it over here.
I felt so good coming out of that conference. You have no idea, man.
Bro.
It just, something in my brain kind of like switched on to where I was like,
You know what's
we
crazy?
need to start working together. We need to start this community. There's something, because I always talk about it, that it was so crazy what Johnny did. He got all the content creators, podcasters, influencers in one area. That's very hard to do. Very difficult.
I was at a point in when Foo News first came out, it took off fast, bro. Like, at the time when we did the Elevate conference, like it was already getting away from, excuse me, I was already getting like a big fat baby. And it's like, I already knew I couldn't carry this. Even though I've been doing everything myself, I do everything myself, bro. And it's like, when I went in there, I was at that little point where I didn't know what the next step would be. Like, what's the next step? I seen like Duno. I seen Letty there. I seen all these other influencers that I've been following for years, bro. And I remember when like people like Duno, when he was living at his mom's house, when he first came up, and I'm like, fool. And I talked to him and I asked him straight out, like, hey, homie, look, I remember when you were in my position, and like now he's got all these good things going on. And I felt I'm there, bro. So like, he guided me to the next step. And that's what these conferences do, bro. They put the people that need to be in your face right there, homie. You just got to go look for them. They're there.
Yeah. You got to do the work too when you're there.
Bro, you're not just going to stand there in the corner and be like, oh, Duno's going to come talk to me. No, homie. I went over there and I shoved my mic in Duno's face. And not in a disrespectful way, but
right, of course.
Like, you're going to see me, homie, because I have some very valid questions and I paid some money to be here. So, like, you can hear me, homie. Not just kidding. No, but, it's like so much love, and they answer every question. They take every picture. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing bad I can say about these conferences, bro. If anything, If you got to pay $50, $100 to get into these conferences, very, very well.
It's an
worth
investment.
On yourself.
Exactly.
On yourself, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, because if you can't bet on yourself or invest in yourself, what do you think? Like, how do you think and how do you expect somebody else to do that for you? Nobody's going to do it. You have to do it yourself.
I remember I did this song called La Sonia, right? And I reached out to the homie Mike Meds and I told him, hey, homie, I need you to jump on this video. I knew it was going to be viral, but I needed him to jump on it with me. And I didn't even know this fool. He charged me. You know, usually he does this shit for free, but if I'm hitting you up, I can't expect to ask for a handout.
Right.
And he charged me, Holmes, and it was pricey. But this fool, he valued his work enough, and I wanted his work enough that I paid it. And it was more than $1,000. I'll tell you that much.
He's a very good artist,
bro.
He does some work.
I didn't think it was gonna be that much.
Have you seen Mike Med's stuff, Amber?
Mike Mez is super dope, homie. But you know what? Not to put his business out there like that, like how much he charged me, or if he charged you more, or he charged you less, whatever, dog. I'm just saying that I believed in myself enough that I dropped $1,000 when I only had like 2,000 in my bank account.
Yeah.
That I dropped 1,000 on this shit just because I believed in myself that much, and that shit, it's still going. It's still going.
And that's
it's an investment.
And that's what it's all about.
That's what Chicano Hollywood is, bro. It's an investment on all of us.
You have to bet on yourself. The most recent one he posted was with Kevin.
Oh, it's those videos that you like to watch?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Well, there's
super funny.
There's a couple. The most recent one he did with
he does like George Perez stories.
He
does all the Fools Gone Wild ones. He does like anybody viral, like anything trending or weird or viral. Mike Mez on that shit.
Yeah.
It's an honor to work with that dude.
Yeah, he's awesome. His work is amazing. It's funny. He has his own motif.
Yeah,
and when he does his
motif.
cartoon.
What is that motif?
It's like style and art.
Oh yeah, I got that.
Right, like if you say you look at like a Picasso or you look at I don't know,
Da Vinci,
you can see this type of style or
it's
rhythm,
very recognizable.
Exactly,
that's Mike Mez right there.
Exactly, or brand. It's a fancy word for saying brand.
Yeah, he's very good at what it does. You could tell that's him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying, like building a brand, when you see that's
that's his gimmick.
Exactly.
Like, this is my gimmick.
Right.
You know,
and then you have the artwork on there that looks like Fox News.
See, I'm gonna tell you what I did, homie, is that I went and, like I said, when I made this plan, I said, how does somebody get famous? So first of all, either you're gonna write a song or you're gonna have a viral video. So I just started making all these videos, hoping some of them might go like baby viral. It wasn't that crazy, but 50,000 here, 30,000 here. That's good for me. That's good, homie. Good. And then all of a sudden, like, I just started making shirts, and then I just started making sweaters. I started making hats, everything Foo News. I got, like. Oh, that's my weed.
You got full weed.
I got stickers. I give stickers away everywhere I go. Like, you engage with me, you get a sticker. Because I do sell everything. And it's like you have to brand yourself. And now people hardly even charge me now. They're straight out send me like 10 free Foo News hats for free just to tag them, and I do. And thank you. Or hey, I'll send you 1,000 stickers for $50, bro. Just tag me, bro. That's like mad love.
Have you always been like this? Have you always been like growing up, like joking and being this outgoing with other people? Has that always been you?
My girl says that I act like this here and I act different over there. Because she says I'm a goofball with her, so she's like, we just laugh all the time, and then like. I'm very, I'm very animated, very hyper, but that's just me, bro. I've been like that since I was a kid. So, especially drinking coffee, McDonald's coffee on top of that.
Now at 8 p.m.?
Well, that's what I do. Instead of drinking Modelos, I'd rather drink a coffee or something to get me wired up, because then I can hold conversation better.
Yeah.
Do you think that, I know you said something earlier where you were saying like you didn't, really realize like your full potential, right? Your full talent till you were a little older. Do you think when you were younger, like if the opportunity would have been given to you, or you would have been strayed maybe into the direction of putting yourself more in that artistic like lane, do you think that things would have been a lot different for you, or you think like this is the road that it was supposed to be and this is when it was supposed to happen?
Bro, if I would have applied myself, I could have been successful a long time ago because I won many awards for art. I've won, a lot of people throughout my life have always took interest in me because I am the way I am. And I don't take myself that serious, especially with friends. People get the misconception of me because of how I look a lot of times, and that's after I removed all my face tats. Like I had a teardrop, my whole neck was blasted, even though it still is, but like my hands, you can see they're almost gone. Like I really worked on myself in this year to be as good. I'm the best version that I've ever been of myself, right? But even as a kid, like I've always been like the best artistic kid in class. Like the teacher used to have me do like the presentation drawing, and then the whole class will follow my presentation, shit like that. So it's like I've always been artistic. It's just I never applied myself, And I always thought that I had like ADD. Like right away in the 90s, everything was ADD on TV, ADHD. And then they keep adding letters to the shit, and it just got more and more serious and worse. And I always just thought I had ADD because I don't listen very good. Like I don't know if you probably could tell right here, but I do listen. It's just that some of it just gets lost, and I catch pieces of what's important to me, and that's what I pay attention to. And like, even like I said, even my family says I'm not like this, but I think I am, It's just, I don't know. I lost my train of thought. What was the question again?
No, just if you think like if you would have had maybe like been straight into that direction.
I just never applied myself.
Yeah.
I had teachers. I had this one teacher. She was my math teacher, and I hated math. So, like, I just drew, and she would get mad at me. So one day she just stopped making me do math work and just went on and bought me all this art stuff that my mom couldn't afford, shit like that. So like she went on and bought me all my shit, and like she said, since you're gonna be graded on drawing now, since you don't want to do math, at least she's used my potential and maximized it for my own benefit. And she even entered a contest one time for me, and like, I won for like the eastern side of like, cause I grew up in Pomona, so like I won for our region. Went to Dodger Stadium, like we met Tommy Lasorda. We got a little plaque, like I had my little crucito moment from Blood In Blood Out at a young age because out of there was like four or five regions in the county, bro, and for my whole region I won, and it's like it was badass. I think I could have took the whole thing, but I was very artistic. Still am.
Was this middle school, high school? What was it?
This was like I think like 6th or 7th grade, something like that.
And a teacher did that for you?
My teacher, Miss Morales, yeah.
If we all had teachers like that, there should be. Honestly, like in the education school system, there should be a point to where you analyze a child and build upon their strengths.
Yeah, she definitely seen that was my strength, and she just said, okay, well, if you don't want to do math, then you're gonna be a good artist.
Yeah,
and I am.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times, like what you're saying, Gil, like kind of like there should be this evaluation because we're not all built the same. Our brains are not
individual.
Yeah, our brains are not wired exactly the same. As if you're really good at math, I'm really good at English, and it's like and then you go on through school and you get discouraged because you're not excelling in certain areas, and you think that there's something completely wrong with you, but that area that you are excelling is not being showcased enough, and it's
and that's just throughout everything. And even to this day I have people who take interest in me, like I said, like at this conference, I'm personally invited from Johnny and Kot Studios, and like I didn't have to pay for my ticket. So it went from like once upon a time having to like get in here. Now they're like, hey, are you gonna be busy this Saturday? Like, and so like I said, they're still my teachers today, because they see that, like they seen what I was doing. I was moving in a whole another kind of crowd just a month ago. And like I was getting kind of sucked into that, even though I didn't really realize it. I wasn't fully like immersed in it, but when you're getting when you're getting involved in stuff that otherwise shouldn't even be going on because maybe you put yourself in a position yourself, then it's like, whoa, we need to reevaluate. So then these guys in Hollywood, bro, they came to when I was beat down last week, homie, and I couldn't. I think that's the reason why I had to reschedule with you, right? Because I was beat down at the time.
Yeah, I wanted you to say it. I wasn't going to say it. So.
I was like, I was right. No, but yeah,
it was, and that's why I was like, I want you to say it.
Oh yeah,
I'm
bro.
Yeah.
I had to reschedule a lot of. I had a meeting with Kot Studios the morning after I got beat up. So can you imagine, bro? I couldn't even move, and I'm looking for my phone. It's like, my fingers hurt to move, you know. Damn. And finally, I got my phone, and first call I made was to Luis and Andres, and I was like, "Hey, homie, you know, I'm just giving you this as a courtesy because you know I'm supposed to be there in 30 minutes. But I'm letting you know right now I'm not gonna make it home. So if you get mad, Spencer, but." Like, I'm sure you hear about it later. Though. I just hung up.
You didn't want to hear the response.
Ooh, these are the CEOs. These are the CEOs of fucking Kot Studios, homie. Yeah. And it's like, they're probably like, what the fuck?
What the hell just happened right now?
Yeah, and it's like, bro, it makes my eyes water now that, like, man, bro. Even though the good thing was that everybody's seen what happened or whatever, and not to indulge in that too heavy, but everybody's seen what happened, and like they came to my defense and said, you know what, bro, we're gonna get you out of that. We're gonna pull you over here with us. Now it's up to you. You wanted the fucking limelight, there you go. And bro, I'm like getting all these. They're all hitting me with different things, and I'm just like, you know. And what I love about these guys is that not any one of them are fighting over me. Over who wants full access, because these podcasters be trying to do that, or these, you know, whoever holds a position where they could pay you for your services or your algorithm or whatever, they want the full fucking access to what you got. To got me fucked up.
Yeah. Like,
and these guys don't do that.
So what you're saying is some type of like exclusivity with
well, yeah. Some of these people say like, if you're gonna work, we'll hire you and we'll pay you good, but I don't want you working with any other podcaster.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like,
so basically they want you to be exclusive.
Yeah.
Okay.
You want to be exclusive, homie? You better put multiple zeros in my pocket, homie, and I'll be exclusive all day. But until then. You want to share profits with me? Why share profits with you when I can get all my profits by myself?
Yeah.
Like,
and I'm pretty sure you're in the good position to do that.
I know I am.
Yeah.
And I am.
Right.
You know, I'm monetized. I know how. I've learned the ins and outs of Instagram and TikTok and YouTube and like, bro, I'm on YouTube. I didn't even know I was on YouTube today. So somebody told my homie's kid came and she's like, you know, everybody in my after school program know who you are. And I'm like, she's like a little girl. She's like 10. And then she's like, yeah. And I go, from where? She's like, YouTube. I go, I'm not even on YouTube. She's like, yeah, you are. So I'm like, how? Where? She's like, just type in Flyboy. I typed it in. It's like, and I'm like, what the?
And none of that
I didn't post
content is you.
I didn't post not one.
Isn't that crazy how people can do that? And they have their own platform and they monetize on that. That's crazy.
Just to show you how like green I still am. Mm-hmm. That's something that simple, like a search engine, which is what Google is.
Yeah.
Something that simple is like I know enough to type in Flyboy on Google and everything comes up. That's fine. But like, I don't know. I just never checked YouTube, bro, for some reason. Like, how smart am I?
You figured, like, if you didn't put it up there,
it took a 10-year-old to tell me this, bro, when I already knew the answer. Just some things get away from us. Like I said, you get lost in your own fog, in your own mind or whatever. I don't know, but something that simple and just got away from me. And I guess now I'm on YouTube.
Well, now you're on YouTube on
I'm on
a
everything,
podcast too.
Especially today.
Yeah.
Especially today. Especially like after everything that's been going on, and I'm sure you guys have been seeing my face everywhere. And
how does that take a toll on you? Like how does it feel? Like mentally, physically?
I can show you the bruises right. on the physical part.
Besides the that
okay, like no, joking aside, like be careful what you ask for. And that saying is so true, bro, because like it's not that I just asked for it and they just gave it to me. Like I worked for it, like the Jenny 69. Like bro, she's getting a lot of slack this week over the incident that happened to her. But like I don't see that. I see her work ethic. I don't know what the heck, bro, I'm Foo News and I don't know. At least I'd be proud to say that I don't know what the hell happened on this one. But the thing is like all I see is work ethic, consistency. I see the passion. You know what I'm saying? I see the she understands her demographic. She has her gimmick. She understands her audience. She targets her audience. Obviously, she's monetized. She's this, she's that, she's right? So Jenny figured it out early on in the game. And, you know, she's an example to little girls out there. Whether you hate it, love it, bro, wouldn't you rather your daughter be like Jenny 69 and have, you know, own her home, you know, at a young age, you know, have
a business,
a clothing line, this or that, whatever. And not just Jenny, it could be any young woman who has made it her passion in life to succeed and has done that. And then for just somebody who maybe hasn't had that success come and just kind of try to pull the rug from under you, it's bro, it's upsetting. It hurts me as a man, not just as a human being, but like as an influencer, as a content creator, as all these things. Because, bro, I understand. I just got beat up myself, so that's why I jumped in with the hyena, because like I understand, bro. It's not fair, not for her, not for me,
Not for anybody.
not for anybody.
Yeah.
And then like, you know, I got a lot of slack on the internet right now because people are saying that they're trying to just spin something out of nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Which most people do on the internet.
And
You
that-
got to remember, it's the internet.
They're trying to spin it on me. They're trying to spin that same narrative now onto me. And I said, so I'm just being a nice guy helping a young lady in an unfortunate situation. And you're going to tar and feather me?
Yeah.
Like, damn, the internet is a cold place.
But
you know what's crazy about me? That you guys might hurt her feelings, but bro, there's nothing you can do to me, bro, that hasn't already been done. Like
Right.
I said. So like I kinda just sit back, and it's unfortunate because, and even then I would come on and be like, okay, look, this is why you guys are, it's not like that. We gotta change the narrative because, you know, you guys are following a false idol or a false narrative. It's all lies. Like, you're following people who've never been what they claim to be. As far as like, if you're gonna, I would rather you educate the youngsters, because obviously some people my age just can't get it together no more. It's just some people are stuck in their ways, right? But a person you would think who's been around could take that beautiful moment of the struggles of their life and kind of put it in a way so these children can get a valuable lesson, right? So that's what I do. Like here now, you know, I don't even know if I make sense with the things that I'm saying, but sometimes I just feel like I give these fools a big, big diamond, shiny, right? And I tell them here, and then they're so unpolished, bro, that they just choose to see a big fat rock. And I'm just like, bro, you just missed the whole message. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, let's get it together, homie. And if you don't, read some books, educate yourself, get off of Instagram, get off of YouTube, go to school, you know, go to your church or talk to your religious leader, get into therapy. Like, let's do these things. Go to these conferences, these services, utilize these services, bro. Get out of whatever position you're in life if you're not happy. If you're not happy, make it better.
Yeah. Do some yoga, drink some water, feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
You know,
Sorry, bro.
go on stage,
Get me going, homie.
make a
Give me
fool
some
of
more
yourself.
Don't be sorry.
Don't be sorry, dude.
No.
This is what we're here for. This is what we're here to do.
coffee. I need to relax.
Amber, you had something you wanted to say or ask?
No, I forgot.
He's going a million miles an hour, Amber. We gotta
jump on it.
we gotta jump on it while you can.
No, but like I said, you know, and I'll say this again. I think I say this on every podcast,
Yeah.
bro. I believe that we're in the Chicano Renaissance right now.
Yeah.
And historically, and I learned this from Johnny himself. You know, these are the things that we learn. I didn't even grasp that concept before. But we are, homie. And historically, you know, the Renaissance was about culture and tradition and food and art and, you know, like just the overall arts. You know what I'm saying? And painting and sculpture and you name it. You know, cathedrals and just everything going up was just very flamboyant, very lavish, very everything, right? And that's what we got right now in this Chicano movement that we got. Whether you're Chicano or Honduras or Chapin or wherever the hell you're from, homie.
What's the Chapin?
Guatemala.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like whether you're Mexican, it doesn't matter. You know, we all fall under the same umbrella.
Right.
yeah.
And it's not just strictly for Chicanos. It's just for anybody that's part of our heritage that's trying to do. They don't care whether you've been on parole. They don't care whether you've. The only thing they do care about is that you're not on drugs. And that, I mean, obviously you don't got some weird stuff going around. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't got some weird fetish or anything, right?
Yeah, you like smelling feet at conventions and shit like that. You know what I mean?
Okay, at conventions. See, look at Amber.
Or
He.
conferences.
Okay, there you go. Or when you're in a hotel, you're a hotel manager and you go in there and suck somebody's toes.
No, but it's they don't care about none of that. All they care about is, like you said, your work ethic.
Yeah.
You know, that's it.
And then you want to create. You wanna change something or you want to jump in on this Chicano Renaissance that's happening. Like I say this a lot too. It's so accessible now, right? Like if you have a phone, you can create a page. You can do whatever you want. Like there's this thing called model success, which basically what you did with Huell Hauser, right? You didn't necessarily copy him, but you modeled his success and you made it your own, right?
Yeah.
You took his blueprint, his foundation, and you put it.
I spun it.
And you spun it,
in a positive way.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not even done with it because I have a show right now that I'm working on called California Fool's Gold.
Ooh.
Which is California's gold, but for fools, right?
Yeah.
Obviously. And I'm going to go pitch it to these fools on Saturday.
Nice.
And what better place to go pitch an idea than at the conference where all the big hits are going to be at the same time, on the same day, all working towards the same goal. And that's to make the next biggest thing.
Yeah.
And I think that California Fool's Gold will be that. Because this man used to go up and down California, you know, and he's an old white man. He didn't just limit himself to white people. He would talk to anybody, but the majority was white people because he's an old white man. So, like, obviously, white people are going to gravitate towards him.
Right.
So, me being a fool, I could go up and down California too, homie, and I could have people like these companies fund the project and send me out with an audio team and a van and get us a sprinter. Like, they have the capacity to do that. But you think they're just going to give it to any fool because I went and bought my first ticket? No. Like, they need to see me at every show. They need to see me at every venue that they throw. They need to see me in between in the internet. You can't just, they need to see me sharing their stuff. I need to see them sharing my stuff. That's how you know that you're making an impact, because they will share your things. They're not bigger or above anybody. They will put you on if you're worth putting on.
And where does somebody begin to start doing that? Like, what's the basic plan for that?
So the way I break it down is like this, bro. The first thing you have to know is you have to know yourself. Like I said, you can't come into this game confused, wondering what you want to do, because everybody on this earth has a God-given talent. So, first of all, pinpoint your talent, whatever it is, whether it's cooking, baking, creating, whatever it may be. Pick your talent and then maximize on that. And if you don't know how to do that, let's just say you're a baker, right? And you make some awesome ass cookies. You're so original. Your cookies are the best, but you just don't know how to get out there. So what I would do if it was me, I would get my cookies and I type in funny cookie videos on TikTok or something. And there's probably thousands of women who are out there making funny cookie videos, right? So I would pick the funniest ones that I think are funny and I just recreate them, whether exactly or
model success.
Put your own spin on it, however you want, but get and not only like limit yourself to one, but like do 2 or 3. The thing is that once you make the decision that you're gonna be an entrepreneur or a content creator or whatever, Instagram personality, you can't just put a post every 9 days and expect to be famous. You have to, if you're gonna choose to put 1 post a day, keep it 1 post a day every day. If you're gonna go like me, because you see how I'm very hyper, so I could be sitting there, doing 2, 3, 4 reels a day, but I give you fools 2, 3, 4 reels a day every day, and that's why you say, "Damn, this fool's all over my feed." Yeah, because I'm putting myself in your feed.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like how you call it, model success. Pick something, figure it out. Even if you ain't good at it the first time, try a different way. And then eventually, like anything else, you're gonna start getting better and better. And then you learn editing on your own. And I don't go to editing apps. I do everything on Instagram. You know, like it's not hard.
It's not.
What I do, if you look at my videos, they're all edited the same.
It's really not that hard,
Bro, my videos are all edited exactly the same.
Instagram has put in the tools within the last, I want to say, 6 months of transitions and music and
utilize the music,
all the good stuff.
Put your pictures to the beat, the rhythm of the beat. You know, pick a song that's trendy or something related to your content. Use the GIFs. You think I just got, bro, I type in news on my GIFs and they gave me the breaking news logo. They gave me the breaking news, they gave me everything. I could pick and choose. I just choose to use the same exact ones because consistency.
That's your brand.
Repetitive. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, you think I like wearing fucking Foo News every day of my life? No, bro. And it's not the same sweater. It's all brand new shit. It's just that, you know, I have to make enough for you fools and enough for me because if you're going to see me out there, then at least I want you to recognize when I walk in the room every single time. That at least you'll see me with the same blue hat, the same white shirt, Foo News, cool. Walking with stickers, even like, get a gimmick, make a song. Fool, I created La Sonia, and I've created more songs since then. I got Foo News.
Wait, is that the song where you said some girl from Pomona? Or
yeah, here's a little story about a hyena named Sonia. Met her at the club in the city of Pomona.
La Sonia.
Okay. That's where it was.
Brilliant, right?
Yeah.
Pick the most popular, and I sat there on a rainy day. I remember and I was thinking, okay, so if I'm gonna get famous, then I gotta write a song. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm sitting there thinking like 50 Cent in the club beat, you know, like nah. I'm sitting there like Dr. Dre, nah, like fool, that shit's all been done.
Yeah,
done. They to the gills. So I said, okay, well, let me go Spanish. But fool, come on. What am I do, a corrido? Like, come on. I'm a gangster, fool. I'm not a paisa like that. Shout out to the paisa. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm not. So it'd be funky of me to do something like that. Or I'd be faking the funk, like they say, homie. and it's like, so, okay, well, I said, if I am going to do a Spanish song, I would do a cumbia. Fuck it. I would have more fun doing a cumbia than some fucking narco corrido and shit about my own life, probably because I'm just that self-centered and shit. But so I just wrote, okay, La Chona. Okay, so I googled it. They had a instrumental for it on YouTube. I said, cool, that's half the job right there. So then I said, okay, so obviously I'm gonna call it La Sonia because, you know, my best friend's name is Sonia, my sister's name is Sonia, and I just said it's easy. Okay, so how would I start it? And then so what I did, I put tucanes in my headphones, and I just was like, cuéntale una historia, and so I was like, here's a little story about a hyena named Sonia. And then I just kind of followed that man's. So when I sing it, I sang it listening to La Chona singing La Sonia with the paper in front of me. So I was like, you know, cuéntale una historia. That, like, I would follow his tempo. And next thing you know, La Sonia was born. And it just... But, like, that was my gimmick, right?
Yeah.
And it worked. You know, and you don't be afraid to fail at your first thought. And it's fine. Even if you don't come up with your next thought till tomorrow or even next week. Like, don't lose it. Write it down. I have notebooks on my pad, fool. Like, every Foo News that I've done, I write them down.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in the beginning, I wasn't as good as I am now. I used to fuck up a lot. And I go back through my notebooks and I'm just like, fuck, I remember that day when I did that Foo News or when I said this. And a lot of those are viral now. And it's like, bro, I don't know. I made mics. I made this myself with these stickers, you know? Like a fucking $8 mic from Amazon. You know what I'm saying? I just put a sticker around it. It's like, it's not, but shit don't even work. It's fake. It doesn't work, but it's the gimmick. You know what I'm saying? It's that's my gimmick. And then when I seen that work, I just made I maximized on it. You know what I'm saying? And find your gimmick. You know, understand your demographic. Learn how to target your audience. Understand your algorithm. You know what I'm saying? The people have the misconception that there's certain times of the day where you should post. Oh, people are coming out of work at 3 p.m. So I'm gonna post at 3 p.m. Homie.
Yeah, it's basically It's based on your audience. When your
Wrong.
audience is on.
I'll tell you one thing, bro. You could have posted your post 10 hours ago, and I might not have even been on Instagram.
And it still
as soon
comes
as
up. Yeah.
because I'm one of your followers, I'm one of the people that the ones that are gonna get on their feet are the people who like, share, repost. People, have you noticed you have followers on Instagram and you probably haven't liked a picture of theirs or they haven't liked one of yours in 5 years? Do you ever see them? No. You guys still follow each other, but you never see each other. Why? Because you guys got a big void in between you that you just don't see it. It's like you don't follow each other. The only people you see on your feed are the people that like either your shit, you like their shit, or other people are like...
They're interacting with
Yes, it's like a big fishnet. You know, we're all connected. So don't think that because it's 4 a.m. and you woke up with insomnia that night and you say, fuck it. You start going through your pictures. Oh, I don't want to post it because I don't want... Post it, homie, because your homie's going to see it at 7 a.m. when she wakes up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me. She's not going to miss it just because you posted it 3 hours ago. She's still going to see it.
You said something very interesting about fails, and most people don't try things because they're afraid of failure. And how do you navigate that?
Well, like I said, when I first started doing this, I never used to post because I didn't want people to think of me a certain type of way because I was trying to be funny or foolish or whatever. And that's exactly what happened, because when I started making these videos, people thought I was going through divorce. Like, all of a sudden, I find myself living alone. Like, you know, I'm navigating through that, let alone coming out of addiction, you know, because I was addicted to fentanyl. That's the reason why I got divorced, because I was taking over 10 fentanyl pills a day.
Wow.
That's a lot.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, so that's how lost I was, that I had no choice but to do the work, or I was either going to end up back in prison or dead, OD, or just a crackhead on the street, because that's what happens, you know? And that's the day I sobered up. When my ex left me, you know, it's too bad that it took that, but at least I'm not sad about it, because at least for myself and my own sanity, it didn't matter whether while I was with her or after she left me. The thing is, I'm sober now, 18 months in, you know? And look at all this stuff. Yeah, thank you. And it all started because, like, I started going to therapy. I worked on myself, you know? If I would... You're not going to get far in life, homie, holding down the same baggage that got you in this mess to begin with. And that's where therapy comes in. You have to, you know, grow, release, you know, learn how to just purge your trauma, bro, and just get it out. And sometimes it doesn't. People think that just because you talk about it today that you're cured when you leave the therapist out, just because you magically... No, bro. Sometimes you bring up these, you know, old wounds, real deep wounds, and it takes 2 months of feeling like shit. You might cry every day because you just regurgitated this trauma in your life, and, you know, you might not know how to process it until 2 months from now. But staying consistent with your therapist and continuing, you know, the whatever path they got you on, you know, it's very important to do everything your therapist tells you. I totally submitted to my therapist completely, 100%, and, you know, and it worked. And I feel like it's working. I just seen her last week after I got beat up, you know, and it's like I needed that, you know, even something as traumatic as getting stomped out by 10 fools, and then it being caught on video and everything else that came with that, and the threats and the this and the that, and like, I had my own little Jenny 69 moment for a minute there. You know what I'm saying? And so I understand what these... Just be prepared, bro, because with success or with fame comes a whole nother side, or underbelly, that people are going to try to pull under your rug. And a lot of it's going to be false. 100% false. And they'll just spin it because there's nothing better for people to do but to try to tear you down, because they don't have the guts to do what you're doing. So they'd rather try to break down your wall because they're too weak or sorry to try to build their own.
Or too scared or
whatever.
Don't want to do it.
You know what I'm saying? It falls under just, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what your excuse is for not doing it. It's all it is, an excuse. Whether you're scared, whether you're whatever, homie, you know, lazy, or I don't know, get it together. Get it together. That's my message, if anything, in all this.
What was your turning point into moving towards your sobriety? Like, what was there, like... I mean, you don't have to go into detail, but just like in general.
You know what really, really got me? It hurted losing my wife, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm glad, like, not no more, obviously, because I've worked through that. Then I'm so glad that, I've had a chance in my life where I could kind of venture off on my own. As sad as it sounds, but it's just, what really pissed me off was that aside from her, my dealer was charging me like 4 times what she was getting them for. So she was, getting them for like $3 a piece, and she was getting them between like for like $11, $12 each. So can you imagine and I used to buy like 10 a day.
Oh shoot! It's like
so over 5 years, 4 years, or whatever the amount of time that I was on fentanyl, like, can you imagine how many thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars I gave this hyena?
Wow.
Bro, I paid her mortgage. I probably bought all her clothes and supplied her habit, and that hurt me even more than losing my lady, dog.
Damn.
I want to, bro, because nothing hurts more than, losing my hyena hurt, but she left me. I didn't leave her, so handle.
Yeah.
But, dog, that's my money you took. Nah, it's personal, like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it took a lot of me to learn how to just say, that's your fault, stupid. Like, you messed up. You got work like a rib, homie. You know what I'm saying? And that was my bad. And I had to swallow that pill. That was the last pill I ever swallowed, homie. And that was the hardest one I had to swallow.
Wow.
Because I added it up. And it was like, fool, I could, me no down payment on the house.
Damn.
Me no down payment on the house. Or,
that's a lot of money.
A brand new Suburban paid off. Or, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, like,
it's a lot of money, dude.
And I'm thinking, that's not even my habit. That's just what she got me for.
Mm-hmm. So it was hers, and then on top of that was also yours too.
I just lost everything. I lost my wife. I lost my money. I lost my family. I lost my home. I own my own house, And it's like, fuck. So, okay, so you lost everything. Like, fool, what's next? Yourself? You already lost yourself. What do you lose next? Your life?
Mm-hmm.
Your freedom? Like, that was only 2 things left because I had already lost everything now. So, that was my point. I said, you know what? That's it. Like, and I never touched it again. I checked myself into NA. Still in withdrawal. Still in withdrawal. I wasn't even in therapy yet. That was my therapy. Wow. NA was my therapy for the first like 2-3 months, and they gave me the tool, and I stayed sober, and they gave me the tools needed just to keep saying no. But I went every day, twice a day for 3 months. Also, I didn't just go once a week or what. No, I went every day, twice a day, and I worked everything that I had around that because that was the most important thing at the time. Like my wife I didn't even call her. Like I said, food, it was over. Like, not even because I didn't love the hyenas, just because the amount of disrespect that I poured on her, just in the lies and just drug abuse, I just felt like I could never be her husband again because she just didn't value me, respect me. She was ashamed of me. I was ashamed of myself, and I lost everything behind it, including her love. So I was just like, eh. It took me a while to finally realize, like, fuck, you really fucking lost everything behind this shit. And that's why I think I'm still sober, because I don't want to lose anymore, like.
Yeah, you already know what that feels like, and
it's hard,
you don't want to
bro.
be back.
It's hard.
Yeah.
And not only that, the withdrawal's heavy, bro.
Yeah, physically.
Fentanyl is, and I've been addicted to heroin before, and I withdraw heroin, and fentanyl is by far the worst.
Whoa.
The worst.
Really?
Any heroin addiction. By far, because it's a synthetic opioid.
Yeah.
And these foods,
Fentanyl?
Fentanyl.
It's synthetic
Any opioid withdrawal is heavy.
Yeah.
But the stronger you go up, and there's no stronger than fentanyl.
I've never seen it, or I've never felt it personally, but I've seen it in
You've seen
family.
These people in downtown LA that are
right.
twitching around, and they're like, their arms are twitching over their heads, and they're jerking, and that's fentanyl withdrawal right there.
Were you functioning Like, did you?
Yeah, like
had a
I said,
job,
bought my
everything,
house.
everything?
Yeah, bought my house. Never was once late on my mortgage payment. Bought a Harley. But remember, this is also during better times economically.
Yeah.
COVID came in and everybody was getting stimulus checks, and then everybody was getting child relief checks. Everybody was getting PPP loans. So money was out there,
Yeah.
and it's like people. You remember, people were just blowing it, bro, and I was just like, shoot it. You know what I'm saying? And the more money I made, the bigger my habit got. And it just got to the point where it just, like I said, it just ate me up inside out. I was numb on everything. Like, I showed no emotion. Like, I didn't care if my hand left me or not. Like, I was just waiting for it, honestly. I just didn't want to be the bad guy. I'd rather she dump me. That way nobody would hate me if I just left. You know what I mean? And that's coward ass shit. Like, but that's how addict thinks, homie. Like, they don't take no kind of accountability or responsibility at the moment, because how could they? Like, you can't even fault them for that because they're not in the capacity to do that.
Is it because they're thinking of their addiction first before anything else?
Well, yeah,
does that come first?
Opiate withdrawal is heavy. Any withdrawal is heavy.
Right.
So obviously, I'd rather mine is she's gonna be mad at me whether I'm withdrawing or whether I go pick up. So it doesn't even matter at this point. I'd rather feel good and have her yell at me than feel like shit and have her yell at me. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then at that point, once she loses respect for you, then you start losing respect for yourself. You come home from work and you guys like no longer even kiss each other on the cheek anymore. It's more like a hug or hey, I'm home. Oh, good. And then like whatever. And then eventually she just doesn't even care whether you come home early, late. And then the divide gets bigger and bigger and the addiction gets stronger and stronger. And next thing you know, until that ribbon breaks, homie, and then you lost out, homie. And then she's in another fool's arms. And if you can handle that, feed me, keep getting high. I couldn't handle that, and that's why I lost. But I can handle it now. I'm not tripping. But, it hurt. Gotcha. Because my first wife I lost to drug abuse. And I was fortunate to have a second wife. And they were both good hyenas. And I lost her too, behind the same. So, like, that's why I said, fuck that. I lost two already. I refuse to. If God ever blesses me to have another wife, because I'm not down on marriage. I just made a mistake. I don't hate love. Just because two hyenas left me, like that was my bad.
But you also have a whole different outlook on life now.
Well, but that's because I'm a 2 times divorced.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm a cancer survivor. I've had a broken back. Like, I've been in prison 18 years of my life. So many things have happened to me that I should have been messed up in the head or washed up living in the river somewhere, like with mental problems. But I refuse to. Bro, I've heard voices before. I remember when I used to go on a sick one. I used to hear like people would just like whispering to me like look, she's looking at you. Oh, don't pay no attention. Like stuff like that. And I really heard. I used to look in the closet like, the fuck's in there? Tripping. But I also knew that I was on drugs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then but I don't hear that shit no more because I don't do drugs. I never heard it. I only did that shit when I was doing meth for a minute. But then, when I went to prison, I got into heroin, and then I got out, and then I'm a cancer survivor, so that went from morphines. Obviously, you're a cancer survivor, you go to morphines, to Norcos, to Tramadols, to now I'm a tattoo artist, following my regimen. But eventually, like, I just started buying Norcos on the street, and it just became more and more and more. So finally, that didn't do shit. So somebody introduced me to fentanyl, and it was like, whoa, like any dolphin's heaven, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't die because my tolerance is so high that I could handle 10 pills a day. But bro, people take half of one and die because you don't have that tolerance. Bro, I've been an addict my whole life, so I built that tolerance. People was like, you're a fucking liar. You didn't take no 10, 13 pills. I took 10 to 13 plus 3 morphine pills plus like 6 Norcos plus like 4 or 5. Like who knows what the hell my insides look like. You know
it's like one of that's freaking crazy.
In one day. That's one day.
That's crazy.
Over 15, 20, 19, 25 pills a day, bro.
There's people that just I had seen a case. I had seen a case of 2 friends, and one of the girls was overdosing on fentanyl, and the other one tried to give her mouth to mouth,
And she died.
and she died.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Because their little bodies ain't equipped for that. It's like giving a youngster his first beer and he gets fucking smashed, or his first shot of tequila and he gets wasted. You know what I'm saying? They're not equipped for that.
So the girl was giving her mouth to mouth, and the fentanyl got into her system, and
It's possible.
She OD'd.
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
She could have been very young, very thin, very whatever. Maybe immune disorders. It could have been anything.
Right.
Yeah.
But whatever her circumstances.
But that triggered
was,
it. It triggered
for sure.
her cardiac arrest or something.
But thank goodness,
Oh my
bro, I'm
God.
sober today, and that's why I'm such a big believer in doing the work to become the best version of yourself. At least in my case, I don't go back to that.
Yeah.
And that way you don't go back to whatever it is that holds you down in life. Because we all got something, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody has that one thing that we're just like, fuck, if I could just get rid of that, bro, I know I could just. And for me, it was drugs, And next is alcohol. And I hadn't had a drink since I got jumped. You know what I'm saying? Oh, no, I did on my birthday a few days ago, but just 2.
That's your birthday.
Are you
But whatever.
Are you a Scorpio?
Yeah, Sunday was my birthday.
I knew it.
But you know what? I don't. My plan. I'm not saying I'm sober, but if I could tackle next the alcohol, bro, that's the last thing I think that is really holding me back from just being the absolute best.
You'll be unstoppable.
I think so, bro.
Yeah.
And
Well,
you will.
you're already unstoppable now. I can only fucking
but
imagine.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of things come with that, you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't drink every day. I'm just saying, when I do drink, I would drink excessive. Then I'm getting beat up. Then I'm down for a week, and a lot of things come with it for me.
Yeah.
And so
Oh.
yeah, and so I made a conscious decision that I'm gonna try to work on that. But it all starts, like you said, you have to have a conscious decision on try to being a better version of yourself. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and look at the positives, right?
it's hard for me, bro.
Yeah.
Because I'm an emotional creature, you know what I'm saying? And when I get done
You're
wrong,
human.
yeah, but I think I still have a lot of processing. The worst version of you is probably still fucking way better than what I got going on. You know what I'm saying? That's how deep my trauma goes. And I'm still I haven't I've only scratched the surface. There's still so much more that I gotta get out. But you can't attack everything in one big a fucking oil spill. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna come out like that.
Right.
You have to pick certain points in your life where you know that you're traumatized because of this, whether it be a family member, a job, a boss, a relationship, an accident, whatever traumatic event in your eyes that just doesn't let you move forward. Trust me, fool, you know what it is. And if you sit there and lie to yourself, that's on you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can lie to the world, but you can't lie to yourself, homie. So the first thing you gotta do is be honest with yourself. And when you could sit there and admit which are the real problems or the top 3 problems, like we said, work on those first before you try to work on what your baby daddy did to you 10 years ago or what happened to you, whatever. You gotta pick and choose your battles, homie, because you can't fight all your demons all at once. You'll lose, and then you're back in relapse, and you're back in this, and you're back in that, and you're drinking again, and you're out on the street, or whatever it is that got you in this mess in the first place. Get yourself to a point where you could work on one issue at a time. Once you work on that and you feel that you got a grip on that, then talk to your therapist and say, hey, okay, I feel good. Because you'll know it. Trust me, bro. In my divorce, I used to ride around with a ball in my gut, especially when I would pass by my old house that I knew that we lived together. And it's just fuck. On the freeway, I'd pass that shit every day. And I would get this ball and my therapist, it took me months, bro. But one day I was passing by and I just didn't have that ball no more. And I was just like, huh. Motherfucker's gone. And to this day I don't feel it, but it took me that, and I hated that because you feel, even when you would talk about it, I could talk about it today and there's no ball. Back then I would even bring it up and I'm already here it comes, and it's a downer, so be prepared. At least if you're gonna go this therapy route, be prepared. Go through some emotional roller coaster for sure. at the very least. And then hopefully, you don't relapse, because that's a very possibility too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you bring up these emotions, give yourself the tools you need to stay on the right track, because it's real easy to fall back into those emotions and then just get even deeper in the hole. So you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Well, I just think, and I want to tell you, like, it's very inspirational to hear you, say, like you said, you just scratched the surface of what your life was. But, like us, like, if you would have never told us those things, like, we see you as this happy person, this goofy person.
I am.
This person that, and it makes you really, really just think, like, because I think whenever we feel down or something happening to us, we always feel like, why is it only happening to me, right? And we take it so personal. We take the things that life throws at us so personal, and we absorb it as like, oh, it only happens to me. But then when you start opening up and you start having these conversations with people that, maybe you don't know, or people that you do, or like you, that, you go viral on these videos, and then it just makes you really realize, like, we're just human, and everyone's just trying to live life the best that we can, and we mess up, but we get back up and you keep going. And I think perseverance for you is like the theme around your life. It's like you've persevered through so many things, and you just keep getting better every time.
Well, but you know what? It's not like I don't cry along the way.
Yeah, of course.
I cried on the lives. I cried at podcasts, and it's so it'd be like, obviously I want to shut the camera off or just get up and compose myself, but then I just like, nah, homie, I'm sitting here talking about releasing trauma, letting go of your just letting it out. And for me to get emotional and then just run away from the people who are probably sitting there, like, it just doesn't make no sense to me. So I, sometimes I get emotional. I try not to, but when it comes, I can't stop it. You know what I mean? And I just feel like at the end of the day, I just try to put the best possible message for anybody like me, or but it's not easy, fool. Like, I'm telling you, be ready to go through it, cause and just be strong. Support yourself with family. Get a good a support system. Hobbies. Exercise is another important thing. Like, fix yourself inside out, bro, and then get to these conferences. Like, it's a stepping. It's like ladder,
Right.
It's levels to this shit.
It's levels. There's steps.
There's no way I could have came over the kicking addiction.
Yeah.
Sweating and shit, or thinking people are talking about me, or like, you have to really come to terms with, like, you have to humble yourself. You have to understand, like, what's going on around you, just everything. Understand yourself. Just get a grip, homie. And once you get a grip, then you can really come out and make a real difference in your community. And start local. You don't have to go to Hollywood. Start local. Be your local hood community celebrity. You know what I'm saying? Like, go to your tour drives in your own community. Go volunteer at in where you live. Like, you don't have to go all the way to downtown LA, or go. The beautiful thing about the internet is you could just go anywhere and make a nice video. It doesn't have to be, because when you're inside, they don't know whether you're in downtown LA or in downtown Riverside. Like, it doesn't matter at that point. Just as long as you're giving a positive insight, there's room for growth, then I think people will really gravitate towards that. And it resonates with a lot of people, because there's so many people just like you out there that are just tired of living in the same whatever. And obviously, if you inspire somebody, they could be just like you, or they could be complete opposite of you, but the message is the same, homie. Hard work.
Yeah.
Hard work. That's it. Dedication.
Hard work. And those things will never go out of style, right?
Mm-hmm. And anything and everything. It doesn't have to be just in, I don't know. Fix yourself, homie. I guarantee you'll be a lot happier in life.
Flyboy, thanks for coming out and doing the podcast, man.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
Appreciate it, buddy. Thanks, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead and
make sure you fools
tell
follow
us
me,
where
homie.
we can find you.
Yeah, so you guys can follow me at Flyboy Ink on Instagram. You guys can see me Foo News Network also. I got apparently type in Flyboy Ink on YouTube, and there I am. So TikTok, all that. I'm pretty sure every platform. Just if you guys see me in the street, say what's up, homie. make sure you guys fix yourselves. And then you want to be my friend, you got to fix yourself, dog. If not, we really can't be friends. We could be Instagram friends, but that's about as far as it goes. So don't be my homie, dog. Fix yourself.
Yeah.
All the links to Flyboy Ink will be down in the show description. If you're listening on Spotify and YouTube, it will be down there. Foo News Network's links will be down in the show description. Bro, this was awesome.
Thank you, bro.
It's so great, and this is what I love, because we get the people on the internet, and we get to see just what you've created on the page.
Yeah.
And stories like this, somebody maybe get inspired from your trials and your life, bro.
Thank you, man.
It's very inspiring.
Yeah, definitely gives a different insight into my lifestyle. People say, like I said, I'm different here than I'm different at home. So I don't know, homie, but that's what I guess there's Flyboy Ink and there's Foo News. So best of both worlds. I don't know who you got right now, but thank you, homie.
This was fucking awesome. Amber, do we have anything to close out?
No.
No. Well, just follow us on Instagram if you're not following us.
There you go.
This song is a lot longer than I expected. We haven't done a podcast episode in like
a week and a
9
half.
days.
Really?
And but I appreciate your time, bro.
Thank you guys for having me, man.
Thanks for coming out. And then you have your thing on Saturday too, right?
Yeah, I'll be out there at the training day conference with Chicano Hollywood and Kot Studios. So if you fools want to come say what's up to Foo News, dog, I'll be there, homie. So
boom. Peace and love. See you guys on the next one.
Bye.